tonight's focus is going to be on changing our perspective. So there's a quote by Henry David Thoreau, and he said, "It's not what you look at that matters, it's what you see." And so I've definitely noticed lately when I see things through a lens of gratitude and see things through a softer lens of just it's going to be okay, sometimes that just helps how I look at the world. So tonight I invite you to look at your body that way, to change perspective. If there's negative messages, if there's things going on, just be in the moment with me tonight, moving. And then once again, if anything hurts, anything feels painful tonight while we do it, back out of it, listen to your body. You are the expert. So you know what's going to feel good and what's not going to feel good for your body. All right, I'm getting the music started. All right, the very first thing that we're going to do tonight is just check down. Go ahead and look down at your feet. We're going to make sure they're about hip width apart. We're going to spread our toes wide and grip the mat underneath us. And just slowly rock back and forth a couple of times, becoming grounded into this park, in the grass, in this nice evening with others around us. Find a stable place, maybe not on a branch or not on a lump or a bump underneath you, and just become still for a moment. We're going to take our arms and reach behind us, and we're going to find our breath by inhaling and gazing up at the sky, and exhaling, looking down at the grass in front of us, or our mat. Inhale, gazing up at the sky. Exhale, checking out the grass. Inhale, just take it slow and controlled, with each breath slowly deepening just a little bit more. We come into habits of just short, shallow breaths, and with yoga, we really try to emphasize deep inhales and deep exhales, letting go of stress with your exhale and breathing in that cool, crisp air that we have around us tonight as you inhale. All right. Go ahead and gaze forward here. We're going to unclasp our hands behind us and take our arms out wide. Maybe spread your feet just a little bit more than what they were before. And we're going to reach right arm under left arm and just go ahead and hug the shoulders to start with. And once again, as you inhale, just slowly lifting your head, and as you exhale, slowly exhaling and looking down. And on your next inhale, open up wide and cross the arms the opposite way. So left arm under right this time, hugging the shoulders. We're building up slow tonight, but I promise you we will get warmer. Thinking about maybe the perspective that you have. Is it a perspective of, wow, this is nice outside, I'm so glad to be away from a computer? Or is it a perspective of, oh my gosh, I should have brought socks? Just be aware. All right, unclasp your hands, open up wide. We're going to reach up towards the sky and clasp our fingers above our head, leaving our pointer fingers pointing up. Inhale, reach as tall as you possibly can, and then exhale, let's take it off to the left side to start with. Stretching down the side of our body, pulling back with our shoulders so that we can still gaze up at the sky and the clouds. Inhale, pointing out straight up, and exhale off to your right. Inhale, point up, exhale. Yoga is a lot about syncing breath with movement. So inhale, point up, exhale, sink off to the right side. And one more round here. And exhale. And it's okay if you're not with the same breath or the same timing as me. Just doing the movements at your own pace is all right as well. Let's go ahead and keep our hands clasped, but this time push our palms up to the sky. Lifting through our shoulder blades, lifting through our heart, lifting up with our chin as well. We're going to twist off to the left. Inhale, breathe it forward. And exhale off to the right, twisting and looking behind you. Inhale forward. Exhale off to the left. Inhale and exhale off to the other side. Slowly bring your arms down, once again reaching out to the sides, and we're going to do that same twist but with our arms. So reaching back with our left arm to start. Inhale, face it forward, and reaching off with our right arm behind us. Once again, find your rhythm. We're going to do 2 more wherever you are. I just waved to the fire guys going by. All right, inhale, find a forward-facing position. And let's go ahead and meet towards the front of our mats. So, at the front of your mat, we're going to inhale and raise up our fingers to the sky. And exhale, palms are going to face forward, and we're going to slowly hinge at the hips, bending your knees softly, and coming into a forward fold position. So fingertips are reaching towards the ground. Maybe they don't touch all the way. Go ahead and bend just a little bit more through the knees if you're feeling any stress in your legs or lower back. And let your head drop towards the earth. So the top of your head is just relaxing, neck is relaxed. And here in this forward fold, you can do a bend to your right knee and a bend to your left knee, letting your hips sway back and forth here. All right, and we're going to inhale slowly and come up to a halfway lift here. So halfway lift, hands come to your thighs, flat back and shoulder blades are pulling, drawing towards each other. And the top of your head is pulling forward. Exhale, forward fold. And then inhale, arms come out wide, reach up towards the sky with your fingertips. And let's do that once again with our breath. So inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And then inhale, arms out wide, reach it up towards the sky. Looking good. One last time for that. Inhale, reach up as tall as you can. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And then inhale, reach it all the way up to the sky, arms out wide and reaching up. Awesome. Let's go ahead and take our hands and come to a prayer position above our head and draw it down to our heart for a moment. Taking a moment for gratitude of your body and gratitude for the beautiful park that we're in. And always coming back to your breath as well. We're going to go through a few movements that take us down to the ground, and then we're going to build our way back up to standing positions. So we're going to inhale here, exhale, drop the hands, inhale, raise them up to the sky once again, exhale, forward fold. This time, bend your knees enough so that you can plant your hands in front of your toes, and then we're going to step back with our right foot, step back with our left foot, and then slowly drop the knees to the mat. So check your alignment here, wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. And then we're gonna start to warm up things just a little bit here. So inhale, we're gonna hug our right knee underneath us, crunching it in with our abs, really giving a good strong crunch to the core. Knee draws towards the nose, and we grip the mat with our fingers, spread wide underneath us. As you exhale, kick that right heel back behind you. And then inhale, once again, hug and crunch that knee underneath you, knee to nose, feeling your core, feeling your belly, feeling your navel drawing in. And exhale, kick that right heel back out. Inhale one more time here, knee draws in and underneath you, crunching it in, knee to nose. Exhale, kick it out behind you. Shift your weight over into your right hand. I've got a big lump over here. Shift your weight over into your right hand and slowly draw up your left fingertips and reach them forward. Back foot is flexed so that your heel is kicking back behind you. Fingertips are reaching forward, and the top of your head is also reaching forwards, not looking forward. So we're creating a straight line from fingertips all the way to the heel. And finding balance. All right, inhale here and exhale, drop it all down. Let's warm it up on the left side a little bit more. So this time, inhale, hug the left knee underneath you. Crunching it in, drawing your knee towards your nose, and then exhale, kick that left heel out behind you. Inhale, draw the left knee underneath you, really being aware of the core, the ab muscles that you're squeezing. Exhale, kick that left heel out behind you. Inhale one more time, knee underneath you, crunching it in, knee to nose. And exhale, kick that left heel out behind you. Shift your weight over into your left hand, grip that mat, and raise up the right fingertips this time. Finding this bird dog pose, elongating your neck, letting the top of your head reach forward as much as your fingers are also reaching forward. And exhale it all down. Let's try that on the other side and then add a little something to this. So inhale, let's go ahead and hug that right knee underneath us one more time, gripping that mat underneath us. Exhale, kick that right heel back behind us. Inhale here, shift the weight over to the right hand, reach the left hand forward. Stay here if you want to, or bend the back knee and reach back with your left hand and see if you can find the top of that foot. If you're like, nope, that doesn't work for me tonight, bird dog is perfectly fine. Inhale here, maybe lifting the knee away from the mat, drawing your gaze up, and really pushing down solidly through that right hand. And exhale it all down. All right, let's try that on the left side. Inhale, hug the left knee in and underneath you. Exhale, kick it back behind you. Inhale, shift the weight over into the left side and reach the right fingertips forward. Stay here if you want to, or if you want a little extra challenge, bend that back knee and reach back with your right hand to find the top of the foot. Inhale, draw the knee away from the mat if you're going to this challenge. Draw your gaze up, feeling that wind and that breeze, and exhale it all down. Awesome. Let's go ahead and do one more warm it up kind of challenge here. So this one requires us to grip the mat firmly with both hands, gripping with our fingertips here. We're going to push our weight into the tops of our feet that are flat behind us, and we're going to try to lift our knees off the mat. So we're pushing down through our hands, pushing down through the tops of our feet, and with an exhale, lift the knees off the mat and see if you can feel that heat, squeeze the core, draw the belly button in towards your spine, and breathe. Exhale it all down. That warms it up just a little bit. Let's try that one more time. Inhale, feeling strong through your fingers, feeling strong through your hands. Inhale and exhale, lift up with your knees, pushing through the tops of your feet. Gaze is still down at your mat. Focus is just holding those knees up and crunching those abs. And exhale it all down. Woo! That was a challenge. Let's take the knees out to the side of the mat, toes touch behind us. And we're going to send our hips back and down for a brief child's pose. So hips come to the top of the heels or reaching towards the top of the heels. Arms walk forward and head can slowly rest on the mat in front of you. Two more deep breaths here. Noticing how maybe your breath has gotten warmer. Noticing how your breath has changed since you first started. Inhale, slowly lift up to your forearms. So just your forearms. We're going to come back and draw those knees in and underneath our hips. Forearms are still planted on the mat in front of us. And we're going to walk our knees one step basically behind us. And we're gonna slowly sit back with our hips really stretching down. It's kind of a different version of child's pose, but this one's called puppy pose. Our hips are lifted up, but they're also reaching back towards our heels at the same time. And then we're letting our head and neck hang loose as our forearms reach forward, fingertips reach forward. Feeling that stretch maybe underneath your shoulder blades, opening up through the back and through the shoulders here. One more breath here. Inhale, come back to that neutral tabletop position. So lifting your chest up, walking your hands back maybe just a little, adjusting shirts as necessary. All right, so further, let's stretch those shoulders just a little bit more. We're gonna do what's called threading the needle here. So we're gonna inhale, and once again, shifting our weight into our left hand, let's lift our right fingertips up towards the sky. Then we're gonna take our right fingertips and thread them through that space in between our arm and our left thigh, coming down with our right shoulder onto the mat and the right side of our temple on the mat. Here I invite you to play with your left hand, maybe reaching it forward a little bit. If you want a deeper stretch, lifting the left hand off the mat and maybe touching your lower back. Feeling that shoulder stretch in the right shoulder. And then inhale, pushing off with your left hand, again connected to the mat. Let's raise those right fingertips to the sky again. And exhale, ground down the right hand once again in the tabletop position. Let's do that same movement on the left side. So inhale, reach up the left fingertips tall towards the sky as high as you can. And exhale, thread the needle, or take those left fingertips in and underneath your right arm, letting your body rest on the left shoulder and the left temple. Once again, I invite you to be playful, stretching the right arm into whatever position feels good to you. Two more breaths here. And then slowly pushing that right hand into the mat firmly so that you can lift your left shoulder up and then reach the fingertips towards the sky once again. And exhale down to tabletop. Awesome. Let's go through some slow movements to work our way into a side plank. So I'm going to take off my jacket. I finally got a little warmer. All right. So if you're not familiar with side plank, we're going to take it one step at a time here. So we did these movements earlier. We're going to inhale and once again hug our right knee underneath us, crunching our abs, knee to nose here. Exhale, kick that right heel out behind you. And this time we're going to take the inside of the right foot and set it directly down behind our left foot. Inhale. See if you can lift the right fingertips off the mat, finding balance, moving your left foot maybe back off the mat to just gain a little kickstand action. Find what feels good to you. Inhale, reach those fingertips forward towards the front of your mat. Feel that stretch down the side. And exhale, bring it all back to tabletop once again. All right, left side. Inhale, hug the left knee underneath you, crunching it in, curving your back in, knee to nose. And exhale, kick that left heel out behind you. Find your balance here by shifting your weight over into your left hand a little bit more and grounding down the inside of your left foot behind your right. Inhale, see if you can draw those left fingertips off the mat, stretching into a modified side plank. Looking good, guys. Beautiful. Reach it forward with those fingertips towards the front of your mat. See if you can create a diagonal line from your toes all the way to your fingertips. And exhale it down to tabletop. All right, we're gonna try those one more time and then slowly work our way up to a standing position. So inhale, once again, right knee hugs in and underneath you. Exhale, kick that right heel back behind you. Set down the inside of the right foot directly behind the left. Lift the right fingertips off the mat and reach up towards the sky. And this time, if you want to add a challenge, see if you can lift that right leg off the mat and reach the right fingertips forward. It's a challenge. If it doesn't work out tonight, it's okay too. And if you need that foot grounded on the mat, I understand. All right, be playful, looking up at the sky, maybe drawing your arm back just a little bit more. And exhale, ground it down into tabletop. Last time on the left side here, so inhale, hug that left knee in and underneath you. Exhale, kick that left heel back behind you. Ground down the inside of the left foot behind the right foot. Spread those fingers wide on the right hand and grip the mat as you lift up with your left fingertips. And then I invite you to add a little challenge by lifting the left foot off the mat. Reaching it forward with your right finger, or with your left fingertips. And if it's not happening tonight, it is okay. Stretch it one more breath here, and exhale it down to tabletop. Awesome. All right, let's come up to a low lunge. Let's work our way there by hugging our right knee in and underneath us once again. And then step the right foot forward in between the right and left hands. Coax it, talk to it, guys. Come on, foot. Inhale, raise your fingertips towards the sky. Finding balance by pushing in through the ball of the right foot and the top of the left foot behind you. If you need extra knee support, you could always double up your mat here too. Inhale here in this low lunge and drop the left hand to the mat. Turning towards that bent knee, raising the right fingertips towards the sky. Really stretching in this twisted low lunge. And let's bring a little movement to our arm here, reaching it forward and down and back in a big arm circle. Showing our shoulders some love. We'll go ahead and switch directions, big arm circle backwards. Awesome. Go ahead and ground down that right hand on the outside of the right foot. And we're going to slowly walk our hands back to come into a half splits position with our right leg becoming straight, toes lift off the mat. Fingertips can ground down on either side of that leg, or you can lift up and go ahead and press your hands into your upper thigh to balance in this half splits. I did a yoga class recently and she emphasized that hips should be above knee, bent knee, and I was like, oh, sometimes I don't do that. So think about that for yourself. Is your hip above your bent knee behind you? All right, half splits is one of my favorites. Yeah, it actually really hurts. But I'm going to breathe into that one. Breathe into it, letting your breath pool around whatever tension that you're feeling, and then slowly walking those hands forward, bending through that right knee again. And this time, let's take both hands to the inside of the right foot. We're going to come into what's called a lizard pose. So I like to wiggle walk my right toes forward just a little bit and really bend forward and down into this pose. I also walk my hands forward just a little bit. And then for an extra challenge, you can take your forearms to the mat here while consistently trying to hug that right knee into your body, not letting it splay out too much. So we're stretching through our hip flexors here. We're using core strength as well. And we're breathing. Wherever you are, walk your hands back to a position where you can push your hands into the mat on either side of the right foot. We're going to take our right hand to the top of the right knee, and we're going to gaze up at the sky as we push a little bit out, bringing that right foot out to the outer edge balancing on the pinky edge of the foot as we draw our gaze up. Lifting our chin, lifting our gaze to the sky, and then exhale, let's take that hand down to the outside of the right foot. Slowly, ever so slowly, walk that right foot back into that tabletop position we've been in before. And then we're going to do those same movements on the left side. So inhale, hug the left knee in and underneath you. And then step that left foot forward in between the right and left hands. Find your balance here by pushing through the back of the foot, the top of the back foot, and the ball of the front. And inhale, lift the fingertips up. Strong arms, strong core. And exhale. Our body is facing the direction of the bent knee. Left fingertips are reaching up towards those clouds. And let's do those big arm circles once again on this side. So taking it forward and down and back to start with. And then switching direction, going the opposite. All right, big arm circles here. And when you're ready, go ahead and ground down that left hand to the outside of the left foot. And we're going to walk those hands back to go into that half splits position once again. So we're walking the fingertips back towards that bent right knee. We're straightening out the left leg and lifting the toes off the mat. We're trying to find a position that feels comfortable. If it doesn't feel comfortable to push into your fingertips, lift up through the torso and ground down your hands on your upper thigh. Or if you have blocks, you can also use those. Breathe into whatever tension you may be feeling in your hamstring. Maybe lifting up just a little bit more through the back and through the top of the head. And with your next exhale, grounding down your hands on the mat, walking them forward. And then taking the left hand to the inside of the left foot. Working our way into that lizard once again. So we're going to wiggle walk our toes forward just a little bit. Walk our hands, one hand print forward, and really bend through that left knee forward and down. Stay here pushing into the mat or come down to your forearms. Hugging that left knee into your body here. One more breath here, and then slowly walking back up to pushing your hands into the mat position, and then lifting your left hand and placing it on top of your left knee, and then pushing slightly on the knee so that the left foot comes to that pinky edge, and drawing your gaze up towards the sky. Feeling your stretch not only through your inner hip flexors, but also through your glute. You feel your glute? I do. Inhale here and exhale. Take that left hand to the outside of the left foot, and we're going to wiggle block that left foot back, coming through tabletop, and then we're going to work our way into our first downward dog of the day. So let's tuck our toes behind us, spread our fingers wide, grip the mat underneath us. Take a big inhale, and with an exhale, lift your hips up and back. Hinging at the hips, drawing your lower abs towards your upper thighs, pushing forward with your hands and also pushing your heels towards the earth behind you. Let your head and neck hang loose here, shaking it yes, shaking it no. And go ahead and bend through your right knee and bend through your left knee. Walk in the dog, they call it. So similar to what we did earlier, we're going to hug our right knee in and underneath us. And as you lift that knee off the mat and hug it underneath you, you'll notice your body shifts forward. And exhale, kick that right heel up towards the sky this time, shifting your body back. Let's do that again. Inhale, hug that right knee in and underneath you, shifting your whole body forward. And exhale, kick that heel up towards the sky. All right, one last time, hug that knee in and underneath you. And this time we're gonna step that right foot forward. Maybe I should have done that with a little more momentum here. Okay, so finding that high lunge position. Find your balance here, pushing through that back heel and through the ball of the right foot, and slowly lift the fingertips up towards the sky. All right, high lunge here in the purr of a motorcycle behind us. Inhale here, exhale, let's go ahead and reach behind us, clasping those hands once again, drawing our shoulder blades back towards one another, bending through that front knee. And exhale, unclasp the hands. And let's slowly come down to a 45-degree angle with that back heel. So resting the entire back left foot on the mat behind you. Inhale here, raise it up to warrior one position. Awesome, looking good. And exhale, let's straighten that front leg out. Reaching it forward and down. We're hinging at the hips and reaching down to a point. Maybe our ankle, maybe our fingertips come into the mat, or maybe we ground down on our shin. But we're coming into a pyramid pose. Take a few breaths here. And then slowly lifting those fingertips once again, reaching them up and towards the sky. Bend comes back to that front knee. We're gonna open up our body to the left side of the mat by reaching our right fingertips forward, left fingertips back, coming into a warrior two. Inhale here, straighten out that front leg just like we did with pyramid. Reach forward with the right fingertips and reach those right fingertips down towards the mat as the left fingertips reach up towards the sky. Once again, depending on everybody's flexibility, your hand may be on your inner thigh, your inner calf, or your fingertips might be on the mat below you. Wherever you're at today, it is okay. See if you can draw your gaze up towards those fingertips, reaching up towards the sky. And using your core muscles, slowly lift your torso back up to an upright position. Bring the bend back to that front knee. And we're gonna go through the reverse warrior and extended side angles. So inhale, raising the right fingertips up to the sky, reaching the back arm down, back your left leg. Take a full breath here. And then we're gonna windmill the right arm forward, bringing a bend into that right forearm, setting the right forearm on the right thigh, and then reaching over the top of our head with our left arm. Inhale, let's go ahead and do that a few more times, so reverse warrior. Engaging the core muscles, keeping those arms strong. Exhale, reaching forward, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior is also called peaceful warrior, whatever you choose tonight for yourself. Exhale, extended side angle. Going back to perspective, sometimes this can feel like a dance move, sometimes this can feel boring, but I definitely challenge you to really feel the muscles in your body, feel the movement, feel the breeze on your skin, and be present in this moment. Inhale back up to warrior two. Meet me there when you're ready. Awesome. And then we're gonna go ahead and bend through that right knee enough, almost like a little pump action, so that we can step the left foot forward to meet the right at the front of the mat. Taking a moment to breathe, with that breeze coming by us. We're gonna inhale, lift our shoulders up and roll them back. Palms are gonna face forward. Standing here in a mountain pose for a moment and just taking a breath again. Checking in with your body. Do you feel anything different in your muscles, in your heart, in your breath, in the heat? of your body. Just noticing those differences. And notice the rise and fall of your chest, or the expansion and contraction of your belly as you breathe. One last exhale, and then let's take those same movements off on the left side. So let's inhale with our next breath, reaching up with our fingertips. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees generously. Place your palms into the mat in front of your toes. We're going to step back with our right foot and step back with our left foot into a plank position. If this is too hard on your body, please do drop those knees for a little bit easier time. So with plank, we definitely want to send those heels backwards, send the top of our head forward, finding the strength in our core and through our hands. And then slowly exhaling, lowering our body to the mat. Inhale here, cobra or up dog, your choice. And exhale, tuck the toes behind us, send the hips up and back into downward dog. Let's once again, we're gonna hug that left knee in and underneath us, shifting forward with the top of our head. And then exhale, kick that left heel up towards the sky. Inhale, hug that knee in and underneath us. Exhale, kick that heel up towards the sky. And this time, use the momentum, taking that knee underneath you and stepping that left foot forward in between the right and left foot. Hand. Right, left hand. All right, let's find our balance coming into a high lunge, slowly lifting our fingertips off the mat, raising them up to the sky. Really pushing that heel back behind you, squeezing your thighs, and also engaging your core helps with balance here. Inhale here, high lunge. Exhale, take those hands back behind you, clasp them behind you, or setting them on your hips, either way. Inhale, broaden those shoulder blades, open up. And exhale, release the clasped hands behind you. Inhale the fingertips up. And let's go ahead and set that back heel down at a 45-degree angle on the mat, grounding us in a more solid way down into the mat here. Inhale, take the bend out of the left leg. And exhale, working our way into a pyramid pose by hinging forward. Reaching the fingertips down towards our ankle or towards the mat. Or finding a position on your shin or your thigh that feels comfortable to rest on. Two more big breaths here. Inhale, slowly using your core, engaging it, lift your torso up towards the sky again, reaching up with the fingertips. And exhale, take that bend back to the left knee in front of you. Left fingertips reach forward, right fingertips reach back as we open up our body into a warrior two. Here in warrior two, inhale and straighten out that front leg. Exhale, reach the left fingertips forward and down. Right fingertips reach up towards the sky. Maybe noticing the light has changed around you, noticing the colors of the sky. Finding balance here and breathing. Inhale, slowly engage the core and lift your torso up to a standing position once again. Bring that bend back to that front left knee. And then we're gonna go into the peaceful warrior or reverse warrior or an extended side angle. So left hand comes up behind us. Reach that right arm back and down that right thigh. Exhale, left forearm meets left thigh, and right arm reaches over the top of our head. Inhale, we're going to do four sets of these. Exhale. Finding strength, noticing the strength of your body as you reach back. And exhale, reach it forward. Noticing how you're engaging your lower back muscles when you do this as well. I think that's 3. I'm gonna do one more. Talking, it takes away from counting. Let's meet back in a warrior 2 when you're ready. All right. Warrior 2 here, bend through that left knee with a little bit of a pump action so that we can step forward with our right foot to meet our left at the front of the mat. Awesome. We're gonna go through a couple of different balancing movements here before we go down to some other stretches on our mat tonight. So we're gonna work our way into an eagle pose, but we gotta start with chair pose first. So inhale, let's reach up to the sky. Exhale, let's sit back and down into an invisible chair behind you. You decide how tall that chair is. So we're not sticking it out, we're tucking it and sitting down into that chair. All right. Exhale, forward fold here. Straighten out the legs. Let the head and neck drop loose. Take a breath. And then inhale, bend through those knees, lifting up through the fingertips and coming into chair pose from the opposite direction. Looking good, looking beautiful. Inhale here, straighten up through the legs, reaching up with your arms. Check down at your feet. We're gonna try to come to a position where our feet are underneath our hips, so hip width apart, not too wide of a stance here. And we're gonna, once again, exhale and sit back down into that invisible chair. All right. From here, come to the tippy toes of your left foot, if that is possible. Stay here if you want to, or see if you can lift that left leg up and cross it over the top of your right leg. Sitting in a chair, crossing your legs, why not? Some people may be able to wrap their lower toes around the back of their opposite leg here. So this is the base of eagle pose. Stay here if you want to, reset as necessary, or continue on by opening up your arms wide. Go ahead and stretch the right arm underneath the left. Hug those shoulders like we did earlier. Or take the back of the forearms to the back of the forearm. Maybe wrap the fingers around so that you can touch fingertips to palm. This one's complicated, so it's okay to reset and fall out of this. Inhale, hug those elbows up and sit back down into that invisible chair. Eagle pose. I fall out of this one too. All right, wherever you're at, inhale, open up the arms, open up the legs, shake it out. Felt like a pretzel, right? Eagle pretzel. All right, let's try it on the other side. So once again, warming up through chair poses. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, sit it down. Exhale, go ahead and straighten the legs, forward fold. And then in your next inhale, go ahead and bend those knees generously, sit down and lift those fingertips up into chair pose and then the opposite way. Do you feel your thighs getting warm? I do. Inhale, straighten it up. Shake anything that you need to shake. And then let's try eagle pose on this side. So reaching it up with an inhale, exhale, sitting down into that chair. Tippy toes of your right toes this time. Stay here, or go ahead and see if you can cross that right leg on top of the left. Maybe wrapping those toes around the back of the leg, the base leg. Take the arms out wide to the side. This time, left arm underneath right. Hug those shoulders. Stay at any of these steps that you want, reset as necessary. Back of the forearms to back of the forearms if that's possible. Wrap the fingertips around to see if you can find that palm. Inhale, hug the elbows up. Sit down into that chair just a little bit more. Finding balance, feeling strong. Even if you're a little wobbly tonight, you are trying it, and that is okay. Inhale, open it all up, shake it all out. All right, eagle pose. That's it's advanced, so don't beat yourself up over that one. All right, last balance pose before we go back down to the mat here. We're gonna inhale and raise up with our fingertips. Exhale, sit down into that chair. This time coming through the tippy toes of your left foot again. And then maybe just lifting that left ankle on top of the right knee. A little simpler than an eagle pose. Or not, it just depends. All right, finding your balance here, reaching up, reaching out, maybe having your hands come into a prayer position in front of your heart. Once again, being playful is okay. Try things, and if you fall out of balance, try something different. Finding a blade of grass in front of you or a leaf to stare at. And then inhaling, standing up, shaking it out. Looking good. All right, let's try it on the opposite side. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, sit it back down into that chair for the final time. Tippy toes of your left foot this time. Oh, hold on. The opposite foot of what you did. It's getting late, I forget. If you want to, take it to the next step and lift that ankle up and drop it on the top of the knee of the opposite leg. I got myself all confused. I hope you're okay. Y'all are doing it. Inhale here, play with your arms a little bit, maybe reaching out to the side. Maybe finding a prayer hands in front of your heart. Finding stillness while balancing. Changing whatever script you have in your brain of I can't to, okay, I'm trying. Inhale, open it all up and shake it all out. All right, you guys did great. Let's find a seat on our mat where we're about halfway between the front and the back. All right. From here, definitely take care of yourself. If you need a drink, take a drink. We're gonna send our legs out straight in front of us. And we're gonna go ahead and press down with the palms of our hands on either side of our hips. Lifting up through the top of our head in staff pose. Inhale and exhale, we're gonna slowly walk our hands forward. Coming to a point where we're still trying to keep the base of our spine and the top of our head in a straight line. And then exhale, slowly walking forward just a little bit more. Slight curve starts to happen in your spine. Reach it forward and see if you can grab onto your shin, to your leg, to your ankle, to the bottoms of your feet, whatever you can feel comfortable with. Inhale here and exhale, just let your head and neck hang loose wherever you're at. Let's go ahead and take our right hand and reach it behind us, drawing our gaze back behind us as well. And inhale, take those right fingertips up and over the top of your head, reaching them towards those left toes. Ankle, shin, wherever it is. Go ahead and reach for that right leg and then slowly reach back with your left fingertips behind you. Left fingertips reach up and over the top of your head towards the right toes this time. One more deep breath here. And slowly walk your hands back to on either side of your hips. We're going to go ahead and draw the soles of our feet together in front of us. You can reach down and grab your feet. Mine are a little cold. Inhale here, taking your knees down to the side, off into the grass on either side of the mat. We're going to inhale and lift up through the top of our head, and exhale, slowly walk our hands forward here. Feeling that stretch in our hip flexors once again, reaching forward to a point where we feel like, okay, that's good. And then exhaling, letting our head and neck relax here again. Walk the hands off to the right side of the mat here, slowly, slowly. Once again, relaxing your head and neck down. And then walking your hands through center and off to the left side. Walking your hands through center and then back to your feet. Slowly drawing the top of your head up once again towards the sky. Let's take our left hand to our right knee. Right hand reaches up and grounds down behind our right hip for a seated twist. Bring any playful movements to your neck that you might need here, maybe taking ear to shoulder, ear to shoulder. And with your next exhale, go ahead and facing it forward and off to the other side. So, I think I said the opposite thing. So, right hand to left knee, or opposite of whatever you just did. And then take the opposite hand and ground it down behind your hip. Directions are hard at the end of class. Seated twist here. Once again, be playful with any neck movements, maybe drawing ear towards shoulders, maybe looking up at the sky and looking down. And go ahead and face it forward. We're going to take our feet in front of us, knees are bent, and we're going to slowly walk our hands back behind us, coming down through our forearms, and then coming into a position where we are laying with our back on the mat. Position yourself so that your head is still on the mat, not in the grass. Let's hug those knees up to our chest here. Hug them in, knees coming towards your nose, drawing your nose up and towards your knees. Tight ball here. And exhale, relax your head back. Still hugging your knees into your body. Let's take our knees off to the right side of the mat. Letting your right hand gently rest on top of your knees and reaching out with your left arm into the grass, and draw your gaze over to the left side of the mat. One more deep and full breath here. And in your next inhale, hug those knees in towards your body once again. And let those knees fall off to the left side of the mat this time. Left hand gently places on top of the knees and right arm reaches out to the side. Draw your gaze over to the right side. Inhale, hug your knees back in through the center for one last time here. And then exhale, go ahead and send your legs off straight in front of you. We're gonna go into our Shavasana portion of the evening. It is a little chillier than when we first started, so reach out for any jacket or socks you may have by you to just place those on your body once again if you need to. And then find any other stretches that you may need tonight before you enter into your Shavasana. I see some happy babies going on. Awesome. So with Shavasana tonight, the goal of Shavasana is to let all those movements we just did sink into our muscles and let our body just rest at the end of class. Finding once again stillness and focus on breath if you can. Not letting your body or not letting your mind go to all the to-dos and the things you have to, but just staying here, letting the earth support you and letting your body just be here in the moment. We'll stay here for about 5 more minutes. Feeling that cool breeze on your skin. Go ahead and deepen your inhale and deepen your exhale just a little bit more. Maybe feeling the warmth of your breath as it comes in and out. And then ever so slowly reaching, first wiggling your fingers and your toes to just kind of bring some warmth into them again and bring some movement back. And then slowly reaching your fingertips above your head, making your body as long as possible from your fingertips all the way to your toes. Maybe stretching off to the right and stretching off to the left just a little bit. Slowly rolling off to one side and making your way up to a seated position. One of the quotes I like to end with today is a quote by Aesop's Fable. So wrote a lot of great fables, but this quote says, "Gratitude turns what we have into enough." So a lot of times in our world, we are bombarded with advertisements showing us we're not enough, we don't have enough, da-da-da-da-da. But I definitely challenge you to keep shifting your perspective this week into recognizing that you have a lot already, and you have the determination and the strength to come here, and hopefully you have enough clothes to still feel warm right now. So I want to thank each and every one of you from my heart to yours. Namaste. Have a great rest of your week.